strongholds.
Oh, well, this looks interesting. Hello, if it's not obvious, I'm iKampfer, and this is not live. I'll explain why in the comments while I'm doing it like this and not how I traditionally do. But, enough of that, this is Crusade. It's like Indiana Jones mashup, basically. You start off, and it's a puzzle map, by the way. You start off, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna jump through here, no, you get crushed, and you die. The proper way to do it is just to do the slide thrust, like so. And then you run to a rope, it's like, oh, do I have to swing across? And there's nothing under the floor. Yeah, you have to swing across, like so. And then you just have all these, I don't know, arrows, and pretty easy to jump through. And then right here you can activate these to get checkpoints, so like I can always come back here if I die. And it's like, oh, there's the Boulder. And I guess that light behind me, if I'll look at it, is the idol. The floor opens, the boulder comes down, you run for your life. I don't think it'll actually kill you, but who knows? I didn't really hang around to figure out. And then you get to these wires, which I guess are like train tracks for a train that will never come. You want to go fast, but you don't want to fall off either. Like that. If it's not obvious, I'm going to be editing this, so like the video's not 20 minutes long, it'll be 12. You have to wait for the boulder to respawn, and then the bars will come up. Grab the idol again, because you didn't learn your lesson the first time. Run all the way down, and then you have to carefully run across the wires, or train tracks, or whatever these things are. Kind of annoying having a beeping sound the whole time because your shields weren't recharged, but that's life. And then don't do your ground pound here like I did earlier that I edited out, because you'll just clamber right on up. And then here you have a ceiling that's slowly falling down and will crush you if you take way too long. So once the ceiling comes back up, sprint run through it as fast as you can, like this. I got it my first try, so, you know, be pretty easy for you. The lighting's kind of all wonky here. I don't know why. I guess because there's all these rocks. Oh, the ceiling's coming down. Am I gonna make it? Well, I already told you I did, so Shazam. And there's a checkpoint right there. Now I can come back to it later when I die. And here, this is interesting, you have to jump across these whales to get to the other side because the bridge is down. And here I go jumping into it in a second. Overshoot it, it's like, oh, use my thrusters, then I undershoot it, and I die.
Suicide.
Respawn, oh, I'll just go, you know, back to my checkpoint. It's easier to ground pound right onto it. You could also clamber on these whales, but it's really not the easiest thing in the world to do. And then you just carefully jump onto the other whale, Timmy the whale, I believe. It's like, oh, just one more whale, I bet I'll make it. This took me multiple tries, by the way. I'm editing out the long parts, like I said earlier. It's like, oh, it's gonna make it. Up, nope, we clambered in a little too far. So I was doing this for a while and I got annoyed. It's like, oh, I wonder if I could just, you know, jump right across. You know, just not do this all. And you can. Take that, game. And then here, I don't really understand what this part's for. You just have to activate these three little statue idol things. Try not to burn to death. And that's one. That's two. And finally, that's three. And then, oh, the door comes down. And then, you go into the temple. I don't remember what it's called. I'll just call it the temple for now. walk inside, and then, you know, this is another checkpoint. It's where Indiana Dads got shot, and then you healed them later. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. Go watch them, they're great. Except for the fourth one, I guess. And here, you have to avoid the saw blades, dunk harder than the first one, and it's like, okay, here's a second one coming up. I'm just gonna walk right across. No, that's not how it works. This is how it works. Alright, you duck under the first one, then wait for it. You have to thrust across the second one, or else you're not gonna be fast enough to do this. Time it right. Like that. And then you just have to carefully slide across and don't get sliced. And then you get another checkpoint. Now here, I thought I was going to spell out Jehovah. Apparently it does not. I was like, oh, I know there's going to be an invisible floor underneath. So I use my sword. It's like, oh, yep, those, nothing under there because it's not making a little slashing sound. So, you know. Not a J, not a C. Not the I, not the A. But it is the M, so M, A, Z. It's not the M. Maze. I don't know what letter that is. It's upside down L. It's not an O. And I felt her. I don't know why.
Suicide.
I might not making a noise. But this is the proper way to do it. M, A, Z, E. Random letter. Not the V. The A. H. I. E. F. J. Not an O. Not the V. Not the B. O. Not the W. That's an H. And the N. And then you get across. I don't know what that's spelled out, so someone in the comments can tell me. Checkpoint! And here it's like, well, I remember in the movie that it's just invisible. This is probably just a leap of faith. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Suicide.
We're getting close, 5 out of 6. Like, well, there's obviously something to do. I mean, the guy didn't like, haha, there's nothing here. So I looked around, and oh, those are just all of the pig. Is all of the pig trying to show me the way? Let's find out together. Yep, there's an invisible road, or bridge I should say, where all of the pig is looking at. So, at the very just carefully not fall off and rock right across. And that's our last hit point. Now here, if you remember correctly, you have to choose the correct Holy Grail. But unlike the movie, it's kind of hard to tell which one is which, because they all consist of a bunch of foreign objects. It's like potting plants, upside down cones, some other things, bags. And I don't know what that was, so I melee it out of the way in a second. It hurt. So here I am, looking for the correct cup. The I wonder what happens if I choose the wrong one. Obviously not that purple box. It took me a couple tries. It's probably this one. That's not bad. After a while, you'll figure out it's like, oh, it's this one, obviously. And a secret door will be opened. And then, oh, there's the arc, or something. I think that's what it's called. You just have to jump across and, oh wait, I missed.
Suicide.
Now just respawn. I already have my last checkpoint, so the door has been opened. There's a gravity hammer here. Everything's going great. Fall right in. Carefully jump across. Ground pound down. And you made it. But the game's not quite over yet. These grunts are holding it closed, I guess. So, you know, if you open it, you die. But this is not the movie, this is Halo 5. You go inside. And I guess that's the Crystal Skull. All of the
Stronghold
pig.
captured.
So yeah, I don't normally do videos like this where I just after I do it by myself. I'll just explain in the comments why I did it this way. So yeah, thanks for watching. Play it with your friends. It's a nice, fun puzzle map. Especially if you're a fan of Indiana Jones, so... Rate, comment, subscribe, everyone.